I love that. So wait, so you prioritize and you have like a note card or two with like a specific priority you have to get done that day?
Yeah. Yes.
Really
Like
cool.
for today, you know, I put this and I had an 8:30 meeting and I have an investment call at 4. So like those are the key ones that are like hard appointments with other people. Then on my own time, I label it my CEO time is this, and my writer is a writer. That's my time. So I put in a block, hour and a half you're writing, and you know, these 2 hours you're CEO, meaning going through emails and getting back to people and just organizing whatever it is I have to do.
I love that. Why do you put it on note cards? I've never heard of that.
Because I put it on this size note cards, just because when I put it in my calendar, it's there, but if it's not in front of my eyes, I don't see it. So I take it, then I just put it up, and then I go, okay, this is what I've got to do today. And it just is an extra little reminder. It's kind of going back to old school of where we used to write everything down in a journal. So for me, I'm so organized in my house. Everything's labeled and everything has a place. Everything has a home. But inside my computer, it's like, you know, just because I can't see it.
Yes.
So, you know, my desktop, I'm like, oh, if it's not on my desktop, I won't be able to find it again. And I don't know. It's just me.
That's so cool. And then when you're done, you just throw the note card away.
Yeah.
See, I do paper too. I preach paper to all of my clients because you go to your phone to look at your calendar. Before you know it, you're in Instagram for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
You got a notification. So I preach to keep everything, your to-dos and all of your have-tos on paper.
Yes. Yes.
So I love that. I love the idea of a note card. Wow.
Yeah. And then I put like 15-minute blocks throughout my day to return phone calls. You know, because people are calling, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to go grab lunch? Or do you know, like all this, you know, just improv friendship stuff that I have going on. So I could go, hey, talk to them, or, oh, I could carve out this time. And so, yeah.
Look at that. We're already 5 minutes in and we got things to do. That's awesome.
It really helps. It sounds so simplistic, but it's not. It really changed my life from being so much more productive.
Yes.
And I've been doing it for about 2 years.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So
it's
cool. Wow. Yeah. I'm going to think about that. That's so interesting. I like the idea that it's small. I like the idea you can just toss it. That's cool. I'm addicted to the legal pads. Like I have a planner and I have a legal pad. I have a legal pad everywhere all the time, taking notes and learning and pulling in even all these podcasts. I'm always taking notes. So I want to talk to you, Lisa. You've done so much. You've been on crazy journeys, traveling all over the place. I still haven't even left the United States. So I'm going to be living vicariously through you while we're talking here. I did get my passport years ago with the intention of, and then just never did it. I've never left. I've lived in many different states. So at least I got that going for me, but I've never been out of the country. But I want to ask you, so what is, with all of the stuff, what is one of the biggest challenges that you have overcome or had to overcome in your life? And what did you learn from that challenge?
That's a great question, because there's so many challenges daily, as you know. But I think one of the greatest challenges was growing up in San Diego, but under a Baghdad roof. You know, my father was from Iraq and my mom is American. She was kind of like Amish in a way in the hills of Virginia. But growing up in San Diego, where everyone's, you know, the beach and this and that, and to have the rules of the Middle East was very challenging. And one day when I came home from baking a cake, my dad happened to be there, but he worked 8 to 11 at his own grocery store. And when I walked through the door, there was like a gun pointed at me. And I'm 16 and I was like this goody two shoes, you know, good student, good friend. And he's like, what are you doing out so late? Because the street lights were on. It was like 5:36. And I said, I was just baking a cake for our friend. It's her birthday tomorrow, you know, with another friend down the street. You can't do that. You know, that's being a whore walking down the street in your, you know, Christian checkered school uniform. I'm like, you know, he's like, send her to an orphanage. like, orphanage, what's an orphanage, you know? Because I have 4 sisters. So basically what he was doing was making me the example in the family. Like, if you step out of line, this is what'll happen. He was a good guy, life of the party, the best friend of everyone, but he had 5 teenagers at the same time. My mom had her first child at 18, then another at 19, twins at 20, and another one at 22. So we were all in high school around the same time, and he was freaking out about boys. So he saw me out and going, oh my God, where is she? And then that means all the kids will do that if he doesn't make a big statement. But that's a big statement. And for me, when I had a good relationship for him to do that, it was just like devastating. It did something to me. So when I went to my room crying, I thought, you know, he always said, everyone's out there who's bad. Everyone's going to hurt you and rape you and kill you. And, you know, only here, and here's who your husband is, you know, marry within the family and all that stuff. So I got curious of who are all of these bad guys. So it got me hitchhiking, and I'd sneak out of the window. I do this, I do that, and just get in cars with like Hell's Angels types. And, you know, why are you the way you are? Why do you have tattoos? Why do you drive this car? Why do you hurt people? Why don't you have a job? Why, you know, just all this stuff. And they became my angels. Not one of them hurt me. And I did it about a dozen times. And I thought, oh, wow. So everything that parents think they know, maybe they don't know. And it really got me questioning. It got me into curiosity and wonder and dreamer. And I just thought, wow, there's a whole world out there that I'm supposed to fear. Maybe I need to plunge into that. Then as I was going through my life, I wanted to go to LA to be an actress. And of course, my dad, you can't do that. That's legalizing being a whore because you're just getting, as long as you're kissing on screen, you're getting paid, you can do it. But, you know, be unfaithful to your spouse and nudity. And I'm like, oh my God. But a couple of years in, I found out that, you know, he wasn't so far off, but women weren't whores. Men were just not the best, a lot of them. So I got a lot of Me Too stuff, and I got, you know, just all these roles of 5 seconds of nudity, 8 seconds of nudity, this, that. I'm like, oh, I can't do any of this.